It's the hashtag Simply Cyber, COMMUNITY. Here to break the cycle, this is vital more than you and I. Yeah, it's exciting, it don't matter what your title is. You can grab a friend or two or three or four and invite them in. It's the Simply Cyber, bring a good vibe. It's the live with Jerry every morning, having good time. And you know we love to see for you, just gotta go and get it. Yeah, you know we all believe in you, it's time we grow together. It's the Simply Cyber, bring a good vibe. It's the live with Jerry every morning, having good times. And you know we love to see for you, just gotta go and get it. Yeah, you know we all believe in you, it's time we grow together. Dr. Auger is a OG, got that potion, the elixir. Got devotion to all those who keep on showing up to witness. Fit the tricks and quips and all the tips to raise your cyber fitness. Switching up the routines, pass it off to James quicker. Keep the people smiling, hit that follow, that's a good decision. Every week, today, tomorrow, I encourage y'all to listen. We gon' teach y'all way more than how to protect yourselves from phishing. More like being confident so you can recognize the vision. On a mission, it's official, we gon' get through all these issues. Time for jaw jacking, baby, this is more than a tradition, yeah. Oh, I can't forget to recognize the mods. They the engine, they the reason that you leave it feeling charged. It's a Simply Cyber, bring a good vibe. It's that live with Jerry every morning, having good times. And you know we love to see for you, just gotta go and get it. Yeah, you know we all believe in you, it's time we grow together. It's a Simply Cyber, bring a good vibe. It's that live with Jerry every morning, having good times. And you know we love to see for you, just gotta go and get it. Yeah, you know we all believe in you, it's time we grow together. Yeah. What else can I say? I hope you find some value in this place and have yourself an awesome day. Simply Cyber's here to stay. So let's all put our hands together ready. Time to hang with Dr. A.
All right, good morning, everybody. Welcome to the party. Today is Monday, April 28th, 2025. This is episode 865 of your Simply Cyber Daily Cyber Threat Brief podcast. We are coming to you live from the mobile studio in glorious San Francisco. It is 5 a.m. local time here. So what's up to everybody on the left coast? I vibe with you. I know what's up. I'm going to just ask really quick on the audio. Let me know because I would like to play the music underneath. As I like to do, but we'll see really quick. That doesn't work. And that doesn't work. Okay. So we'll have music underneath for tomorrow's episode. But good morning, everybody. Hey, if you're new here, over the next hour, me, you, Real Bilbo live in studio, Hey Bowie, Danny, Senfilis out in Poland, Lara Flores, Marcus Kyler, anyone at RSA. Guys, we are all going to be sharing the top cybersecurity news stories of the day. And I'll be giving my expert opinion and hot takes, if you will, on each of those stories on what it means to you as a practitioner. So how can you actually use this information to drive cyber risk reduction for your business stakeholders? That's really the name of the game. That's why we get up and that's why we do threat intelligence. On top of that, you're going to figure out some little insights, some little tricks, some little tips, as Bilbo and I like to say, things that you just never will learn in a classroom. You just have to, basically learn it in the streets, if you will. And if you can help, get leveled up from that and not have to make those mistakes yourself, that's what we're all about. Also, let's see. Hold on 1 second. I should have been looking at chat. Bilbo, can you watch chat and just see if, because the audio, elevate the mic audio might be helpful. Let's see. The audio sounds good? Okay, Bilbo's, we got live AV checks here. So anyways, if you're looking to break into the industry, you're absolutely going to want to stay with us. This right here, the Daily Cyber Threat Brief, is a banger of a show. And more importantly, when they say, hey, how do you stay current on the industry? Well, my friend, this show is what they like to call a home run answer. Not because it's, our show and we feel great about it, but literally because it's what we're doing. We're doing the thing that they're asking you for. And it gives you an opportunity to have like a really solid answer and actually... If you're playing your cards right, you'll actually be able to parlay it into more of a, involved, interesting conversation instead of just moving on to the next question like, what does DNS do or something like that. Anyways, we got a good one. Lara Flores says, hey, Real Bilbo to you in chat. Real Bilbo is literally just off camera. We do have the Team Sippy Cup in full effect, but this is coming from a pour over. Oh, yeah, hold on. You got to get it on. You're not on stream yet. Got to get it up. Hold on 1 second. We'll go big camera. There you go. Put it on now. Right here. Up. No, leave it right there. My camera's frozen. Boom. Okay, there we go. What is it? World's best papa ever. All right, we're all about good times here, people. Now, I want you to know, I don't prep or research any of the stories that we're going to be covering because I want it to be authentic and real. As always, that's what's up. I will tell you one story is got OAuth involved. I did see it in the headline. Real Bilbo was chatting me up about OAuth yesterday at a over a pint, so maybe he will chime in on that. But no promises, no guarantees. He's a wild card factor in this. I do want to say what's up to Mad Destroyer, since I am drinking legit coffee right now. Just let you know that we're elevating it out here on the left coast. James McQuiggan wants to know that. Do you know why DNS jokes are so hard to tell? Because it takes 24 hours for people to get it. All right, guys. Really quick, let's say shout out to the stream sponsors. We only have 3 sponsors this week, so a little bit faster speed on the turnaround. Good morning, Justin Gold. Good to see you in chat. Guys, we'll do the ad reads. I'll be chatting with you in chat. And when it comes back, I'm going to show you how this show is going to solve your CPE problems. Let's go. I want to give some love to the Daily Cyber Threat Brief sponsor, ThreatLocker. Do zero-day exploits and supply chain attacks keep you up at night? Well, worry no more. You can harden your security with ThreatLocker. Worldwide, companies like JetBlue trust ThreatLocker to secure their data and keep their business operations flying high. ThreatLocker takes a deny-by-default approach to cybersecurity and provides a full audit of every action allowed or blocked for risk management and compliance. Onboarding and operation is fully supported by their US-based Cyber Heroes support team. Get a free 30-day trial and learn more about how ThreatLocker can help prevent ransomware and ensure compliance. Visit threatlocker.com. Do you want cutting-edge, high-quality cybersecurity education regardless of financial position? Check this out. I want to give some love and some praise to Antisyphon Training, powered by Black Hills Information Security. Antisyphon Training is absolutely disrupting the traditional cybersecurity training industry by providing high-quality, cutting-edge education to everyone regardless of financial position. They bring industry professionals with years and years of experience into the classroom to teach you and anyone else who's interested practical skills that are in demand in the market today. And on top of that, the student experience is amazing as you and hundreds or thousands in some instances of other students are actively engaging, networking, sharing tips, tricks, and experiences with each other all live in the classroom. Go to antisyphontraining.com, check out their course calendar to see what courses they have coming up next. You won't regret it. Packets and stuff. Hey, everybody. Also want to say shout out and love to Barricade Cyber Solutions, who's bringing this Fortify 365 solution to market. Basically, I don't have the ad read in front of me, but let me just tell you, if you have an M365 environment, which many of us do, Barricade Cyber, Eric Taylor and the crew, they basically can come in and get you set up with, I almost equate it to like, you know how Swift on security has the Sysmon profile that everybody likes to use? I like to think of what Eric's doing with Fortify 365 is like a great secure configuration for an M365 that isn't just so over the top that it makes your business not function correctly, but it is strong enough to, basically make sure that you don't get hit and punched in the mouth. James McQuiggan with 10 gifted subs. Coming at you, James. Eric Taylor has implemented the predecessor to Fortify 365 in an environment that I was basically information security officer over. And it's a good time. So if you're looking to get your M365 tuned up and dialed in and not be not have your business on a dark web leak site, go ahead and check out Fortify365.com. Links in the description for all the sponsors below. Guys, every single day of the week has a special segment, and I'm super excited to share that on Mondays, we have the Simply Cyber Community Member of the Week, which is one member of our community that I like to just recognize. So many of you do such amazing things for the community. You guys all know each other and how impactful you all are, but I like to spend one day a week and really shout out and call out one. On top of that, I got the Community Member of the Week sponsored by ThreatLocker, right? So the winner of the Community Member of the Week gets a prize, a cash prize, $100 Amazon gift card or Simply Cyber merch, whatever they want. And we got a good one today for you. So every single episode of the Daily Cyber Threat Brief, including episode 865, my friends, is worth half a CPE. So don't be shy. Say what's up in chat. Grab a screenshot. Hold on. I'll update it right now. The screenshot's going to say half a CPE inside the Chiron scrolling across the bottom. That was like part of ISACA's thing. We're actually working on a more comprehensive solution. I just haven't had time. With a website that'll explain exactly everything that you need to do in order to get those CPEs. But like in full, whatever transparency, like I not to say this to sound arrogant or douchey, but like I'm qualified to lead an instructor-led webinar on cybersecurity, and we're covering the top news. It does qualify as continuing education. So your name will appear here. Take a screenshot. Make sure you get the YouTube the show number and the date, which we put in the title intentionally. We're trying to make it as super straightforward and as easy for everybody as possible. All right, guys, do me a favor. If today's your first episode, you picked a fun one. The mobile studio is always a bit of a wild ride. It's a Forrest Gump's box of chocolates. You never know what you're going to get out here. But you do know, just like a box of chocolates is always going to have that like soft, chewy caramel one, you're always going to get a Team Sippy cup and a cup of coffee. Just now, real Bilbo's in studio. That's a bit of a dark chocolate with the nuts on top, little nutty. All right, so, we'll see what we get. Everybody sit back, relax, and let's let the cool sounds of the hot news. Spicy! The DJ B-Sec Spicy Sounder. Let it wash over you in an awesome wave, guys. We will see you at the mid-roll. Let me know if the podcast audios needs to go up or down. Here we go.
From the CISO series, it's Cybersecurity Headlines.
These are the cybersecurity headlines for Monday, April 28th, 2025. I'm Steve Prentice. SAP zero-day vulnerability under widespread active exploitation. Security researchers are observing a widespread exploitation of a zero-day vulnerability affecting SAP NetWeaver systems. This unrestricted file upload vulnerability has a CVE number and a score of 10 on the CVSS scale. It, quote, allows attackers to upload files directly to the system without authorization, end quote. Following discovery by ReliaQuest on Tuesday, SAP issued an emergency patch on Thursday, but the enterprise company's security advisory is only available to SAP customers with login credentials. Watchtower is seeing active exploitation by threat actors.
Yeah. Hold on one second.
Hackers abuse OAuth.
So just so everybody knows, again, I'm very transparent with you all. The Stream Deck isn't configured for Spotify, so we're going to have like a little bit of overlap. Okay, so a couple things. One, someone told me the other day that Watchtower is SentinelOne's research group, which totally makes sense now because Watchtower has been kicking massive butt lately. And I was like, oh, you guys got to keep your eyes on this group. I've never heard of them. Apparently, they're the threat intelligence arm of like one of the largest EDR providers in the world. So I guess welcome to the party, Jerry. Oh, yeah, by the way, if you're a first-timer, hashtag first-timer in chat so we can properly welcome you. We got sound effects and emotes. Okay, so really quickly, if you don't know what SAP is, small businesses are never going to run SAP. SAP is like basically a Fortune 500 ERP solution. You run HR, you run finance accounting. It allows you to do financial forecasting and do all sorts of things. It is a beefy application. Like, to call it an application is almost like doesn't do it justice. Like, it is a freaking monolith, okay? And it's very complicated. It's very it's the nervous system of large enterprises, okay? So for it to have a zero-day vulnerability that more importantly is being actively exploited in the wild is gross. Like, this is definitely we could put it in the EPSS lookup tool, but I would have to assume that this is going to be pretty serious. This is here. We're going to go to Barricade Cyber's EPSS lookup.com tool. We're going to just copy and paste the EPSS in. I'm going to hit check EPSS score. All right, so Poner Joe's already done it for us, 7.3%. You see that the percentile, here, let me zoom in on y'all. The percentile is 91%. So what you really should know about this percentile means of all the vulnerabilities, the hundreds of thousands of vulnerabilities in EPSS's database, this one is 91 of all of them. This one's worse than 91% of all of them, which means that it's a really bad one, right? When did I see Steve Young? Wednesday at, I don't know, like noon Eastern is the CIS auditing training. More audit than CIS, but anyways, 10 out of 10. It says 7.3%. I would argue part of the factor here is you have you, Steve Young, you, Real Bilbo, you, Lara Flores, have a 7% chance of being exploited in the next 30 days. You got to remember, like, SAP is deployed in many places, but also not in a lot of places. So I almost wonder if this calculation gets suppressed slightly because of the lack of, it's not Microsoft Office or something like that. That would be everywhere. Here's my thing. I don't know SAP from a hole in the wall, so like I guess NetWeaver and Visual Composer. SAP it's kind of like ServiceNow. Like there's tons of modules, there's tons of elements to it. I don't know about this one, so you'd have to make sure, you'd have to verify whether or not you're even running this module. Believe me, SAP makes a ton of money, and they don't just give you all the modules, right? You have to pay for individual modules. So you may not even be at risk because you're not running this, but if you are, I would absolutely prioritize this. As you can see, this isn't a theoretical threat. It's happening right now, of course. If a threat actor can scan and find these systems, they will absolutely punch into them. Yeah, you can see here, SAP's presence in government and enterprise is vast with 400,000 customers worldwide. Yep. Okay, so the TLDR here is, if you're running SAP NetWeaver, you've got to patch it. Do I have you got to patch it? Hold on. Do I have it here? You gotta patch it. There we go. You gotta patch it. All right, for real though. This is not, by the way. This is typically when you're patching something of this magnitude. This is not a just send it kind of thing. This is definitely a configuration control. You want to have a maintenance window. You'll likely want to communicate. And by the way, after you patch, with something like this, after you patch, you definitely want to have like a monitoring period, even like, an hour to make sure things don't break, and then have people like on call the first, 24 hours, whatever. Because if this breaks, like it could break kind of like mission critical workflows and processes, not necessarily in service delivery, but in finance operations and stuff like that. That's a good one. I haven't seen an SAP bug like this in quite a while. Of course, if you want to go threat hunting, if you do want to go threat hunting, there's probably IOCs in place for this. If I had to get here, let me look. There's got to be IOCs. Okay, I'll leave that as an exercise for you guys, since I'm one-handed right now. I can't find the IOCs, but if you are running this, you very likely could look for indicators of compromise for this vulnerability being exploited, and just kind of check it out, right? If you're trying to get people's butts in gear, if you can prove you're actively exploited, that's definitely an issue, right? All right, let's keep going.
2.0 workflows to hijack Microsoft 365 accounts. This attack is separate from the domain keys identified mail OAuth attack, DKIM, that we covered on Tuesday. Since early March, Russian threat actors have been abusing legitimate OAuth 2.0 authentication workflows to hijack Microsoft 365 accounts of employees tied to Ukraine and human rights causes. In this campaign, the attackers impersonate European officials or Ukrainian diplomats via WhatsApp and Signal, luring targets with fake invitations to private video meetings. Victims are tricked into providing Microsoft authorization codes or clicking phishing links. One communication originated from a compromised Ukrainian government account.
Okay, so first of all, this says attack, like basically OAuth, abuses OAuth 2.0 workflows. This isn't a technical exploitation, though, as far as I can tell. I mean, they're phishing, right? And then they're putting malicious phishing landing pages in, and then the victims are logging in and giving essentially tokens, both tokens, to the Russians in this case, right? This shouldn't come as any surprise. Russia's been in a land war with you for years, and cyber is part of the capability that the warfighter is bringing to the fight, and this is just more of it, right? Getting into systems, screwing around, causing trouble, getting intelligence, right? Okay, a couple things here. Number one, look at this. I don't know if you can see it on stream here very well, especially if you're on mobile. But one of the phishing emails is like, "Dear whomever, we're pleased to invite you to participate in a video conference enhancing accountability for atrocity crimes, etc. Click here, whatever." So, I could see someone falling for this. What doesn't register with me, and you could see in the screenshot here, WhatsApp and Signal messaging on communicating these things. I don't know, man. Anytime I personally use WhatsApp, I'm always like wigged out by it. With Signal, I get it, right? People are using Signal for privacy, and if you're, whistleblowing, right, about war crimes or atrocities or whatever, you'd want to be secure yourself. So I get that. But at the same time, like any official communication that comes through a messaging app just seems dodgy to me. Yeah, you can see right here. Once the communication channel is established, right, I'm talking to you over Signal. I send you an oath token phishing URL under the pretext that it's required to join a video call. And, or I send you a PDF saying, here's directions to connect to the video call. And then, basically I'm running code on your box. Clever. This is pretty clever. I guess a couple things. One, obviously this is an advanced persistent threat actor, a military capable Russian cyber threat actor. So their workflows are going to be clean. Their efficacy is going to be solid. If you wanted to protect your organization, I don't think necessarily for the majority of us, our companies are going to be targeted by this particular attack, right? This is more of a targeted thing. However, if you would like to share intelligence with your end users on what not to do, make them aware of emails that are trying to move them over to messaging apps is kind of your antenna should go up. Number one. Number two, the part of the problem here is you got to remember this too, right? Listen, if I move you to a messaging app and you pick it up on your phone, right, and your phone is not on the corporate network, right? Now you've moved from your company laptop and the defenses there and the network flows there, taking advantage of firewalls and EDR solutions, and now you're on your phone. So your phone doesn't have necessarily all that. You can have Defender for your phone and VPN and stuff like that, but you're not taking advantage typically of the full suite of security products that you've invested in at your enterprise. And then you're following that link through the messaging app on your phone. And dude, when you drop your credentials through a phishing page on a phone versus a phishing page on your laptop, it's the same impact to you. Your creds are gone. So also, if a threat actor is asking you to send your 6-digit PIN, that should, alarm bells should be going off, right? I feel like that's the number one thing. Marcus Kyler says abusing OAuth is so hot right now. So hot right now. I don't have all my sound effects, so that's a thing. Okay, here we go.
Cybersecurity firm CEO charged with installing malware on hospital systems. Jeffrey Bowie is CEO of the cybersecurity firm Veritaco, Veritaco. He is now facing 2 counts of violating Oklahoma's Computer Crimes Act for, quote, allegedly infecting employee computers at the Oklahoma City St. Anthony Hospital, end quote, on August 6 of last year. He was arrested in April based on security footage showing a man attempting to access multiple offices. The malware is designed to capture screenshots every 20 minutes and transmit them to an external IP address. Officials have stated that no patient data was accessed. That Windows...
Okay, a couple things really quick. DJ BSEC is in the chat. He also said that people, going back to that first story, which was a big story, a lot of companies that run SAP actually open them up for B2B connections. So if you are a business using it, it's even a larger attack surface than just running like Apache or something like that. Okay, so let's talk about this one. I do not have my full complement of sound effects. But if there has ever been a need for Anton Dobson's, you are so dumb. For real. You are dumb. Like this right here. What a clown this guy is. What an absolute clown, baby. Hold on. I'm just looking. Dude, like I get it, right? It's tough out there. You got to make your numbers, right? Matthew McConaughey's bumping his chest talking about making your numbers. This is not how you drum up business, right? Literally this right here. Thank you, DJ BSEC. 1 sec, or Justin Gold. Hold on, we're gonna bring this up on stage because I just want to point something out very, very crystal clear to you. Okay, what this dude is doing is literally the exact same thing that cyber criminals do. Like literally, they will attack you, infect your system with malware, and then they'll call you clients and they'll say, we'd like to charge you a fee for our pen testing services. Like that, but it's criminal. Like if you don't sign up for it, right, or you agree to a pay, that's a crime. This dude is committing crime. By the way, can I also just point out, I don't know what kind of state this dude's business was in. If he's doing this, maybe his business was like in dire straits and this was like a Hail Mary move. But this CEO just totally effed over his entire employee base, right? So if like Carl is like, depending on this job to feed his kids, right? Pay his mortgage. Good luck, Carl. Like this guy, like I'm sure he's like in some twisted way thought he was doing good, but this is messed up, dude. And on a hospital, dude, F you. Okay, so Veritaco, I will give him points for having taco in his title, but I will not buy. I don't even know what they sell, but I'm not interested. Like, take a hike, bro. Oh my God. Okay. Installed malware. I wonder what kind of malware he installed. Yeah, look at this. I mean, this is like physical pen testing. He's walking around attempting to access multiple offices, probably with a USB stick, and trying to plug things in. By the way, congratulations to the hospital staff for physical security cameras. Great defense and depth control there. Yeah. BSEC is wondering if it was actually the CEO or if somebody directed someone to do it by the CEO, but I think it's the CEO. Like, let's just throw that guy under the bus, huh? Oh, and then he got confronted by staff and he lied. Like, this guy literally was running a physical pen test, but he was not. It was just a physical penetration. I do want to know what the malware was, though, for real. It doesn't go into detail. Let's see. Oh, yeah. And here we go. Yeah. Veritaco website unavailable. You don't even get a 404. You just get like this blank white page. Yeah, 100%. Here we go. Just to end this story. Veritaco, we're going to go full John Taffer on you. Shut it down. All right. Dude, I can't believe it. Like, I hope they have a booth here at RSA so I can walk up and be like, are you for real? Like, are you for real, bro? You idiot. All right. We already have a tough time dealing with, like, friggin' real threat actors. We don't need this asshat knocking us around. Okay, let's go.
Folder inet pub might be a problem after all. 2 Mondays ago, we reported on an issue following Patch Tuesday in which a new empty folder had been created on the hard drives of Windows subscribers. Microsoft issued a statement telling users that the folder was, quote, part of a fix for a Windows process activation elevation of privilege vulnerability, end quote, and that it should not be removed. However, cybersecurity expert Kevin Beaumont says this folder inet pub, quote, can be abused to prevent further Windows updates from being installed if it is created in a certain way, end quote. He added that he had, quote, discovered that this fix introduces a denial of service vulnerability in the Windows servicing stack that allows non-admin users to stop all future Windows security updates, end quote. This, he says, can be achieved by anyone by simply creating a junction between c:\\inet pub and a Windows file by using a simple one-line command. Beaumont says he reported the bug to Microsoft, who has assigned it a medium severity classification and has closed the case, stating that they will consider fixing it in the future.
really quickly, J Fox in chat, hilarious, dude. Just going back to this last story about what kind of malware this dude installed, the CEO, the clown baby. J Fox said he's installing malicious software that takes screenshots every 20 minutes and transmits them to an external IP address. For those who aren't following, that's Microsoft's new feature called Recall that people are like outraged about. That's exactly what that does. So J Fox, I see you. That's hilarious. Okay, so let's talk about this story. I didn't even know you could do this on a Windows machine, so shout out to that. This looks like a very Linux thing, having like a symlink. But I guess you can, this one-line command right here, mklink/j, and then inetpub, and then he points to Notepad, but it could have done anything. I assume he chose Notepad. Notepad and Calculator are like the two very popular, POC type demo things. Just so you know, like typically when you are showing exploitation, you can run arbitrary code. Security researchers will pop a calc or pop Notepad, typically calc in my experience, just to demonstrate that they could do it. Everybody, round of applause when the calc pops. Yeah, this is not good. This is kind of a long play though, honestly, because you would make this change assuming that you had access to the box, right? So you need initial access, first of all, and then you run this command, which, by the way, if you have physical access, you could use the CEO of Veritaco's approach and use a malicious USB and have it run this command like a rubber ducky style, right? Right? But anyways, it prevents security patches from being deployed, right? So this is a problem, but let's always use your GRC workflows here, guys, right? What's the real problem? Someone needs physical access. I mean, someone needs logical access to the box, whether they're physical or over the internet. So they already have some level of access. Second of all, they would do this and your machine wouldn't get updates. Then some vulnerability would have to come out with a patch that the threat actor then has exploits for, and then the machine doesn't get patched. So these things have to kind of come together. If you're looking just to kind of hobble, a business or an infrastructure, maybe you do this and then you come back around. But for the most part, I'm kind of conflicted. This is easy to execute, but the long-term impact is not good if you don't take care of it. But at the same time, to me, this wouldn't be part of a threat actor's kill chain simply because it doesn't provide immediate access to the next step. It's just kind of like hobbling you. All right, let's keep going. I think we're on the mid-roll here. Yes, we are. Let's go. You know what to do. Is it? Oh, yeah. Oh, shoot. Hold on, I forgot. We have to listen to this stupid ad. Hold on 1 second. I don't want to sully our "Don't You Forget About Me" with an ad afterwards. Hold on.
Huge thanks to our sponsor, ThreatLocker. ThreatLocker is a global leader in zero-trust endpoint security, offering cybersecurity controls to protect businesses from zero-day attacks and ransomware. ThreatLocker operates with a default deny approach to reduce the attack surface and mitigate potential cyber vulnerabilities. To learn more and to start your free trial, visit threatlocker.com/CISO. That is THREATLOCKER.com/CISO.
All right, here we go. Now we're doing it for reals. All right, now I am lowering the audio of Spotify. You'll have to let me know if my mic audio goes down as well. I don't know if they're coupled together, so just let me know. What's up, everybody? I want to say shout out and thank you to all of you. Chris Young, Bruce and Hex, Amadou Ba, Terciera Combo. Guys, so many of you, thank you for saying what's up in chat. Holler at you. I appreciate you, Devin Grady and Alpha Sierra. I appreciate you, Justin Gold, DJ Bsec. DJ Bsec in the mod chat giving me a hard time. Good? Perfect. All right, cool, y'all. Hey, guys, shout out to the stream sponsors, obviously, allowing me to bring the show to you every single day. We don't miss a day. Even we're on the West Coast, man. I'm up 4 a.m. for a 5 a.m. launch. Steve Young's in the house. All right, guys, every single day of the week, we have a special segment. And Mondays is the Simply Cyber Community Member of the Week. Many of you have been the Simply Cyber Community Member of the Week. We're going to have to come back around because some of you were the community members before ThreatLocker sponsored it and the prizes started being handed out. Good morning, Christina Paulika, the librarians in chat. All right, guys, ThreatLocker sponsors Community Member of the Week. ThreatLocker takes a deny-by-default approach to application security, just like Simply Cyber. It takes a community to empowering everyone to kick butt approach. I'm very, very happy. I do not have the LinkedIn profile or the face for today's Community Member of the Week. I also didn't see him in chat, but I want to say that today's Community Member of the Week is none other, and I consulted with Real Bilbo on this one. We want to say shout out and love to the community member Roswell UK. Roswell UK coming in across the pond, always showing up, always helping people, and occasionally with the spicy hot take. Roswell UK, thank you so very much, bro. And connect with me on the Discord server if you can so I can get you that prize. I'm sure they have Amazon in the UK, like I would imagine. Whatever it is, we'll get you a prize that works for you and something that you can enjoy, okay? Let's say Roswell UK. I don't know why I can't tag him in chat. Is he here? All right. All right. Well, Roswell UK, when they catch it on replay, Roswell UK will be back. All right, believe that. Okay. All right, hey, it's like one of those ones like everybody acts cool when he gets here. All right, guys, we're going to keep crushing here. Let me scoop on ahead to here we go. Hold on. All right, Alpha Sierra is going to lead us off as always. We'll get our la la la's on. I'm going to take a slug of my coffee. Here we go. Feel it, everybody. Oh, it's such a good way to, like, break the show up. Ooh, ooh, ooh. We're coming to you live from San Francisco, RSA 25, hotel room. Fish and chips, y'all. Let's go. Here we go, Alpha Sierra. All right, solid, everybody. Let's. I always like to think of the mid-roll as like us going up a half pipe and like launching out the side, and we do like a McTwist or like a 180 or something, and then we're gonna drop back down into the pipe and keep on cruising. Let's finish strong, y'all.
Clouds get hit with Azure Checker that deploys crypto mining containers. Microsoft has identified a threat actor named Storm 1977 that has been conducting password spraying attacks against cloud tenants in the education sector over the past year. The Microsoft Threat Intelligence team stated in an analysis, quote, "The attack involves the use of AzureChecker.exe, a command line interface tool that is being used by a wide range of threat actors," end quote. The tool connects to an external server to pull in files containing username and password combinations to carry out the password spray attack. In one instance, the threat actor was able to create more than 200 containers within a victim's resource group in order to conduct illicit cryptocurrency mining.
All right.
Long Beach.
Here's the deal. This is a two-stage attack. Oh, Lakshman Singh says, "Hey, man, I just finished my degree in cyber, but it's not helping me get a job. What should I do? At least grab a junior sock roll." Lakshman, stay tuned. At the top of the hour, we'll pivot over to jaw jacking, and I will give you a more comprehensive answer to that question. All right, guys. So listen, obviously many of us are running Microsoft 365 and Azure. Just a reminder, this is why Barricade Cyber has Fortified 365 to help people tighten this up. This right here, it's a two-part attack. Number one, they get access to your environment. Number two, they deploy containers to do crypto mining. This is straight cash, homie. Do I have it?
Straight cash, homie.
Like all day, every day. This is straight cash, homie. This threat actor is using a essentially like living off the land, except not really living off the land. I don't know how you would qualify this, but basically the Azure Checker tool is designed, I would assume, it's designed for people like Real Bilbo, DJ BSEC, etc., to validate that, users in their environment aren't using stupid passwords or, things are tight. It's maybe it's malware, but I could see a tool be like designed to help admins manage large infrastructure. They're doing password spraying attacks, guys. Password spraying attacks is straight, this is a standard practice. They get a list of passwords. Yeah, thank you. All right, so look at right here. Boink. Oh, hopefully you don't mind me putting this on stage. Right, this Azure Checker allows you to evaluate the deployment readiness of your environment for Azure Local. Thank you, Bilbo. So this, would you qualify this as living off the land? Is that? It's quasi, right? It's not really like a binary on the operating system, but it is a tool that's been weaponized, basically. So here's the deal. You know what? You know what doesn't work? If you run MFA, a password spraying attack. Even if you have crap passwords and you reuse passwords and threat actors get them, they don't log into your account because yes, it works. And then they get challenged for MFA. So this is why I literally would die on the hill of MFA because it's that important. Okay. You could see here they get an AES encrypted data set of a list of passwords. Ooh, doesn't matter. Let's see. Yep. So once they get in, right? Because you don't have MFA on. They start running crypto. Oh, hold on one second. I see. Bilbo, you're going to have to step out of the room. I'm going to need a minute here. This is this infograph's looking good. Here, let's do this really quickly. I'm doing it manual. Okay, so really quickly, you can see here, vulnerable misconfigured CI/CD pipelines. Yep, and compromised account. So it looks like you actually need a couple things to happen here. One, you get the compromised account. Of course, if the account has access to change the configuration of the CI/CD pipelines, they will do that. Once they're in there, it gets into Kubernetes. I am not a Kubernetes person whatsoever. If you want to learn about Kubernetes, Google Graham Helton. He's like, it's like having a PCI guy. Graham Helton's the Kubernetes guy. I will say you should be able to, first of all, deploy MFA. Second of all, as an admin, you should be able to see this activity in your environment. You should be able to see Kubernetes clusters getting spun up. You should be, if you don't catch it, just by normal course of audit, believe me, you will catch it when you get your monthly bill from Azure, and all of a sudden it's 300% higher because you've got threat actors running crypto miners out in your environment. So this will present itself. Unless you're a large company and the friggin' bill from Microsoft just goes to AP and they pay it without even thinking twice. That's what's up. Yes, secure container deployment and runtime monitor. Yeah, and runtime monitor unusual Kubernetes API requests. This right here is what I'm talking about. If you're have Kubernetes going on in your environment, and you see weird stuff happening, chances are it's malicious, right? Also, it doesn't say it here, but honestly, privileged access management, you shouldn't give everybody in your environment or everybody in IT the ability to stand up Kubernetes clusters. That's definitely a specific role or a specific privilege, for lack of a better term, that you should control. By the way, you might think to yourself oh, dude, why do people give everybody everything access? What's the problem? Let me just tell you really quickly. It is very difficult to do precision access and precision privileges. Real Bilbo needs access to the Kubernetes deployments, but James McQuiggan doesn't. But James McQuiggan needs access to, stand up manage the Exchange Online protection or whatever, right? It becomes a maintenance issue. If I give everybody in IT access to everything, it no longer becomes a maintenance issue because they don't have to call me because they have access to everything. This is why when you go into environments that are like, say, I don't know, 1,000 employees or less, all the way up to 1,000 employees or less. And I'm sure you've seen this in practice, Bilbo. Like, sound off if you've seen this in practice. 1,000 people or less, you go in there, and everybody in IT is a domain admin. It's like the default. It's the default, including like Johnny Jr., who just got here. And they're like, oh, yeah, he's in IT. Just, move him into the domain admins group. Good to go. You'll be fine. You can just jump in and patch people's computers, right? It's terrible. Do not do that, okay? It's the trade-off, right, between having to manage the permissions and your security function, your security posture. Oh, hold on. Misfired saxophone. I'm in Alcatraz, yes. Exactly. Oh yeah. Right here, Justin Gold knows the pain. Please create new user X. Just duplicate X's profile. Hey, we've got a new intern working with Bilbo. Just give him the same thing Bilbo's got. Bilbo, who's got like 25 years of experience and knows where the bodies are buried. All right. Oh my God. Okay, here we go.
Long Beach cyber attack from 2023 affected almost 500,000 people. The government of Long Beach, California says the November 2023 attack involved sensitive data including social security numbers, financial account information, credit and debit card numbers, biometric information, medical data, driver's license numbers, passports, tax data, and more. No ransomware gang has yet claimed responsibility for this attack. Africa's
Long Beach in the house. Yes, sir. And everybody who knows. Dude, as soon as you saw the LBC, you know that's the first thing that came to your mind. And if not, welcome to the party, pal. That is a classic banger. For those who are just finding Tupac, you've got some learning to do, young. All right, so Long Beach gets hit, 500,000 people impacted. Guys, this attack is 2 years old. Like, come on, bro, what are we doing here? And you can see here, this is a perfect example. The investigation lasted until March 18th, 2025. So late 23, early 25. Guys, an investigation takes as long as it takes, right? Now, this was a municipality, so like I don't see really the benefit on delaying the investigation. I will tell you, like large for-profit, publicly traded companies, they will kind of abuse the fact that you can not report until an investigation is completed, and they might wait until the day after, quarterly earnings are announced and the stock goes up and stuff like that. So there's a little bit of a game there. But let's see what happened here. No ransomware gang ever took credit for the attack. Huh. So this is interesting. Yeah, it was the CEO who did it, right? And they were able to sell the product. Here's my thing on this one. One thing I would say is with ransomware as a service and some of these threat actor groups, like, yes, they're a business, but you got to remember, sometimes they're just as disorganized and a hot mess express as some of the businesses you've worked at. So it is possible someone got hit. It reported back to a C2, data got exfilled, all part of as an automated workflow, and they just missed it, or the person got cold feet and decided they didn't want to be an affiliate, et cetera. So it sucks. It sucks, right? Like state and local municipalities are typically underfunded in the IT space. They're typically asked to do more with less. I know a CIO for one of the counties here, well, not here, but in South Carolina, and that guy's, stitching a pork chop to a chicken wing in order to make a full meal. Like it's bad. So they are kind of an easy target. Again, no one really came forward with this. That doesn't mean that the data wasn't breached, right? It just means that a threat actor never came and took attribution on it. As always, standard practice, if you don't want to be this story, do the gambit of all the things you're supposed to do, right? Including tabletop exercises, EDR, privileged access management, awareness training, all the things. I do want to say a quick shout out to Marcus Kyler of the Yeet crew. I don't think I have Yeet on my board right now. Yeet! He's dropping Compton and Long Beach together. Now you know you're in trouble. That's right. Oh my God, so good, so good. Cam Godo is saying staying local are incredibly underfunded when it comes to IT and security. 100%. I mean, for real, like guys, to the point where like typically they don't even have a security group. It's IT asked to do security, right? And in some instances, they've outsourced to an MSP and they just have like one IT person who's the liaison to the MSP. So it's not good, frankly. All right. Were you a big Tupac guy? Yeah. Real Bilbo gives me like a solid, like, yeah, yeah. SoCal in the 90s, so good.
Africa's largest telecom suffers cyber incident exposing customer data. Johannesburg-based MTN Group confirmed the attack on Thursday. The company operates in more than 20 countries and has more than 200 million subscribers, making it one of the largest mobile operators in the world. Details as to what information may have been accessed, the number of people affected, or the perpetrators behind the attack are, as of yet, unavailable.
Oh, hey.
Yale New Haven Health.
1 second. Roswell, UK is in chat. He's apologizing. He had to usher his brother to a appointment. We did miss you, Roswell, UK. Who's going to tell him? Who's going to tell him? Roswell, UK, I want you to know that Mondays is the Simply Cyber Community Member of the Week, and you, Roswell, UK, are actually this week's member. So congratulations. Ping me on Discord. We'll get you sorted out. Thank you for all you do, and thank you for what you did for your brother, and thank you for your spicy hot takes on the reg. Let's keep crushing. This guy showing up. I love it. Of all the days for him to show up late, like we get to surprise you. Surprise!
Data breach impacted 5.5 million patients.
Oh, hold on.
The non-profit health...
I don't think I spoke to this Africa story. I didn't. Yeah, sorry. Roswell, UK, like, did a buffer overflow attack on me. So, yeah, largest telecom, guys. So Africa's got some challenges. I will tell you that there's a lot of technical infrastructure being deployed. A lot of it is being funded by China. That's not political or a hot take. It's like literally Google Belt and Road Initiative and look at what's being done to elevate the infrastructure in African countries. Nigeria's blowing up. Ghana's blowing up in good ways. I think Ethiopia is getting some love. Ghana, for sure. Fredon is in Ghana. He can communicate to that. So when the largest telecommunication company gets hit, that's not good, right? Obviously, a juicy target. It's a South African-based company. Let's see what they got. $9 billion company with prominence in Ghana and Nigeria. See, I just said that. I don't research these things, but like if you pay attention, you know which countries are getting, like Congo. Congo's, as far as I know, Congo's not getting a lot of infrastructure love, but Ghana and Nigeria are. I wonder if there's a correlation between the countries that are getting infrastructure investments and their natural raw resources that are available in those countries. Let's see. Okay, so here's the important thing. The cyber incident did not affect operations. So here's something to give consideration to. When you're doing ransomware tabletop testing and those type of things, you should assume operational impact, but threat actors have the opportunity to choose which adventure they want. They can encrypt your systems and make them non-operational. They can also just do data exo. They can do both, right? Double extortion technique. In this instance, maybe their ransomware payload did not detonate. If you didn't know, sometimes malware doesn't detonate. This isn't a movie or a video game where like once you get in and you hit the button, everything works well. I've had malware on boxes not detonate correctly. The configuration of the machine isn't exactly what the malware was expecting. It's too brittle. All these things happen. And in this instance, there was no operational impact. So I'm super happy for basically the people, the citizens of the South Africa, Ghana, Nigeria, and other places that use this telecommunication provider for not being impacted. A $9 billion company, you know, you can reduce risk to operational levels, but you can't reduce all risk. So, yeah, we'll see what happens. I also low-key wonder if I I low-key wonder if this. Hold on, spicy hot take. I guess I have to qualify this. Here we go, Bilbo. It's coming in hot. Here we go. Spicy hot take coming in hot. If you look at how some first world power countries are attacking other countries' telecommunications and ISPs, as has been reported in the news lately, it is interesting that a large telecommunication provider in another country, in another continent that has tentacles in several countries, especially ones that are up and coming infrastructure, gets hit. And as far as I know, it doesn't say that a ransomware threat actor has come forward and said anything, as far as I can tell, right? So it just, to me, it's interesting, right, that other telecommunications and ISPs in this instance are getting compromised, right? So they had a cyber incident. The fact that operational impact wasn't done, honestly, it makes me begin to think that it wasn't necessarily ransomware about data exfil, and it was more about getting into these systems, and they just got discovered instead of being quiet on the wire. So just, I don't know, little food for thought. I guess that's not really spicy, but I'm trying not to be super political. I know sometimes there's a couple people in replay who don't like my commentary, that they feel it is getting political. But if you just look at the geopolitical map and look at who the big players are that could do things like this, and then think about where their presence is in the world, and it looks like the dots line up. Okay, let's keep going.
Your network.
I guess that was more lukewarm take than spicy. Real Bilbo is not happy that I did not get spicy.
Quartered in New Haven, Connecticut, suffered the breach earlier in March, resulting in the theft of patient PII, including social security numbers, but no financial or medical data. The organization has not yet disclosed technical details about this attack, nor has any ransomware group taken responsibility.
Dude,
make sure you
what is up with threat actors not taking responsibility? This is like 3 stories in a row, 2 of which are ransomware. All right. Yale New Haven Health. So we're talking Connecticut, right? I have like an unhealthy dislike for Connecticut. And if you're from Connecticut, I apologize in advance. I don't know what it is. I went to UMass Amherst, which is just above Connecticut. All right. This healthcare provider had patient care, medical records not affected. Okay, so that's good. So the level of impact for you and me, the victims, is actually not super bad. What was taken is full name, date of birth, home address, telephone number, email address, social, and MRN. Okay. Financial information wasn't taken, etc. Okay. Sign up for your 1-year identity theft protection from Yale Health. 5.5 million people impacted. I guess whatever. This is just, unfortunately, a run-of-the-mill ransomware story. This business wasn't impacted from an operational perspective, so it sounds like people who had surgeries and needed life-saving medicine were able to get it. But then you and I can expect phishing attacks and, identity theft type things, insurance fraud, etc. So we'll see how it goes. Yeah, it sucks. Frankly, it sucks. They did hire Mandiant, which when you see Mandiant gets involved, that means that they have deep pockets. Mandiant's not inexpensive. All right, there's no information here on the actual attack or the threat actor group or what their TTPs are, so there isn't really any specific guidance on how you can protect yourself from this particular attack. They do mention the breach portal for Health and Human Services. As always, you can go to this wall of shame. Used to be like you really didn't want to be on it. It was considered a real shame to be on this thing, and now so many people are on it that it's almost like lost its the whole reason it was there was to shame you, so you didn't want to be on it. But now people are getting put on it so frequently that no one goes here and no one looks at it. Look, on-site mammography in Massachusetts, 300,000 records breached last Monday, right? Okay, no big deal. Also, you can see, by the way, I know you can't see it because I got to zoom in. One of the cool things about the breach portal is that it actually shows you the way things were breached. Email. So 300,000, this is definitely like an Excel spreadsheet with 350,000 people's records in it. Just no big deal. Sent out, wrong person. You can see, like, dude, anything over 500 people, nailed. All right, let's go. Oh, we're right on time, as always. Very nice. Someone call Nick Barker. Let him know. I know. Nick Barker's on the West Coast, and we're on the West Coast. We got up, didn't we? All right, here we go. Don't go anywhere, anyone, because at 9 a.m., we are going to be doing jaw jacking with Real Bilbo. Hopefully, he'll want to come on screen here and help answer these questions, hang out, just have a good time, y'all. And at 9:30 a.m. Eastern time, if you got it, we got another banger, Season 3, Episode 4 of Simply Defensive, Wade Wells, Josh Mason's podcast. This thing's blowing up. Like Biggie, right? Call the number, same hood. Thank you, Real Bilbo. Eddie Miro's going to be their guest. I've met Eddie. I've had breakfast with Eddie. He's a good dude. I like him. He's got things to share. Also an aviator. All right, so I hope you had a great show. Be well, Chris Young. Be well, Priceless Pancake. If you guys are at RSA, I'm going to try and see if we can have a little informal meetup tomorrow, Tuesday, April 29th. It'll be like a high five type thing. Let me know. Use the Con Chat channel on Discord. I'm Jerry from Simply Cyber with Real Bilbo. Don't go anywhere because I am going to drive you over to Jawjack, and you guys hop in the back seat. I'll drive over there. If you got to run, see you later. Thanks so much, everybody, for being cool. And until next time, stay secure. Ever wonder what it takes to break into cybersecurity? Join us every weekday for Jawjacking, where industry experts answer your burning questions about the cybersecurity field. Live, unfiltered, and totally free. Let's level up together. It's time for some Jawjacking. Can't see anything. What's up, everybody? Welcome to Jawjacking. I am Jerry Guy coming at you hot Jawjacking. With the glasses, I got to give these back to Real Bilbo. I did not pack the Jerry Guy's glasses, but the prescription on these are a bit stronger than my brain can process. Guys, Jawjacking is a 30-minute AMA show where we bring you industry professionals, whether it's just me, just Eric Taylor, just DJ BSEC, a panel of people. We're here to answer your questions. There was a question earlier in chat. Go ahead and send that. I do want to say shout out and love to the mods. If you can drop a mod love in chat, we would appreciate it. Real Bilbo, if you can, move over to me and try to Bruise and Hacks with a super chat. Let's see. Shout out to the upcoming PBCC cohort. I recently started as a freelance SOC analyst for a MSSP. Hell yeah. But between tasking, I get extra hours in designing and implementing their marketing strategy. Way to level it up and take advantage of that. What's up? Oh, perfect. Okay. Hey, Kia Ora, and thanks. What? Did we just become best friends? Yep. Thank you so much. Bruise and Hacks. And yes, we will be running a new PBCC cohort in the first week of June. That's actually going to open up for registration on Friday this week. Okay, from the ground up, there's even talk about extra commission from additional work acquired by my efforts. Would not be possible without Jerry in the PBCC course. Dude, Bruise and Hacks, thanks so much, dude. That's super kind of you. I hope you crush it. Get that paper and make really great content. All right, let's get this look. Bilbo's gonna come into frame here. There he is. This guy right here, Real Bilbo. You know him. I know him. There you go. Perfect. All right, so let's answer questions, everybody.
First, just job. What should I do to at least grab a junior sock?
Okay, so the question was, he's got the degree. What's his name? Lakshman Singh. Listen, he's got the degree, but he can't get a job. and he wants to know what to do. Okay, so first of all, a couple things. Number one, yes, like the challenge that you're experiencing is definitely a real one. You are unlikely to get a job just based on your degree. I know that that's probably painful to hear, and I honestly, I'm kind of like pointing a finger at your curriculum advisors for not making you aware of this. That's actually rough. You need to demonstrate some practical experience, right? Network with people. You're here doing that. That's perfect. Build some type of profile, okay? Whether you do a Notion website, a GitHub page website, you make content, whatever it is, you need to get some practical skills. Stand up Security Onion, stand up Wazza, stand up Graylog, put some telemetry in it, look at it, see what's going on, and then tell people about it, okay? It's not something you buy. You can't purchase it. You can't speed run it. But you have to demonstrate it. If you want, Lakshman, look at Simply Cyber's YouTube channel. Last Thursday, I had Hayden Covington on as my guest. We talked about detection engineering and how to do those type of things. You're looking good, Real Bilbo. Okay. Hold on. Am I on mute? You guys can't hear me? Have I been talking this whole time? No way. Hold on. Mods didn't tell me. Yeah. You're fine. Okay, cool. All right. Bilbo, do you want to comment on this particular one since it's such a common question?
Yeah, I mean, it goes back to networking, right? And networking isn't just, hey, I went to a conference, I met Jerry, and here I am. It's, what a lot of people look at networking as, hey, this is something I need. I look at networking as, what do you need? And I approach it from the people that I'm networking with as to, hey, I want to help you. What can I do for you? It's really nothing for me. If you build it, they will come type. So just network and do a good turn every day for those that you network. Keep in touch, maintain that relationship, and good things will pay off.
All right, perfect. I love it. Thank you. All right. We're looking at chat.
Good morning, Simply Cyber from Fabian Rodriguez. A few weeks ago on episode 835, I asked for free resources about CompTIA Security Plus. Well, I'm finally certified and will be graduating from my community college. Congratulations, Fabian.
Yeah, dude. Hell yeah. Little Ric Flair woo for you. Congratulations. Super excited. Celebrate the wins here. We got some questions in chat. Are cyber boot camps good? I would say disproportionately no. Yeah, there are good cyber boot camps, so you can't just say no, that they're not good. There's another one. What's the one that oh Jesus, that guy, he was a guest on my channel. Oh, he had like the minifigs, the Warhammer ones in the background. His was like super legit. All I would say is tell me what it is, and if people know which guy I'm talking about, I can't believe I'm blanking on him, but with the cyber boot camps, you have to find someone who's taken it already, and then you got to find someone who's taken the boot camp and then get their honest, candid feedback. Don't get feedback or testimonials from people on the website because those are cherry picked. You have to basically find someone. Okay. Also, I would say this is not a great way to measure it. Don't measure it on how much it costs. Measure it on like how long the program is, what's the curriculum composed of, what's the approach, right? Haircut Fish says he has a great article in the Black Hills Survival Guide on good training. That's perfect. And Dan, can you provide? Is there a? Oh my God, is there a link to Is there a link to that? Dan, let me know. Also, Dan, is the meme that you put in DMs for Thursday, or is that one I can share right now because Bilbo just saw it and he's laughing. What did Smeagol smell like? Probably a sewer, if I had to guess. Do you want to take a rip at that? All right, Bilbo passes. If I had to imagine, he stank. All right, here we go. What's this? Were you born this awesome, or did it take work? Thank you. Let's keep going here. We're here to answer your questions, everybody. Okay. Bilbo's mic's low. I mean, we're sharing a mic. Yeah, just make sure you put the mic up to your mouth, I guess. What resources do you recommend for studying CompTIA Cloud? I actually don't have any resources that I'm aware of. When it comes to these things, personally, I just go with like, back in the day, I don't even know if these are still relevant. Like Mike Myers' Passport was a good series. Basically, like there's a couple like official. Total Seminars might be the official one. If here's the deal. The official training from the cert provider is always going to be great. It's usually expensive, which is the pain point. And it's typically just text, maybe like a flashcard engine or something like that. It kind of depends on the way you like to study. If anyone in chat has great CompTIA Cloud Plus resources, let me know. I would also recommend, Fabian, that you look at market, like open jobs and stuff, and see if people are asking for that certification. A lot of times you can just get the education and not pay to get the cert, and that's okay unless market's asking for it. Also, if someone else is paying, like an employer, then get it for sure. All right, here we go. Just for everybody, since Chris Rock roasted me, there we go. There we go, everybody. Just so everybody knows, there you go. We got a little here. Can you hold the control button, please? Thank you. All right, cool. There we go. A little LOLs for everybody this morning as we continue to read through here. Wade Wells getting up early on the left coast. Wade, I'm in San Francisco, buddy, so I'm feeling your get up early vibes. There we go. What resources do you have for CISA? I don't have any personal resources for it. I will tell you this, though. Yes, Chris Young, Level Effect is the one I was thinking of. As far as boot camps go, I thought Level Effect was pretty legit. Yeah. Anthony's content. So look for Level Effect. They're good people. CISA, CISA, this is ISACA cert. I've let it expire, but I had CISA and CISM. I will tell you guys, from my experience, this is one where the official ISACA resources are the ones you're going to want to get. I don't know of anyone that's doing like CISA live streams or stuff like that. The Study GRC contingent might have some insight into this, but ISACA's exams are very particular in how they approach it. And I remember, like, I got my CISA like probably 10 years ago, and I remember being like, this question, I'm going to put the answer that is going to get me the right points, but like this is not the right answer. Like in real life, you wouldn't do it this way just because, but, and you wouldn't know that's the answer that ISACA wants you to put unless you read the official materials, right? So I'll just leave it there. 8-Bit Oni says, tell Philip Wiley you said hi. I will. Yeah, Anthony. Oh, come on, Bilbo. Let's see. So Justin Gold saying that the mic audio is dialed for me because I yell at everything. Okay. Okay. Mental Edge loves the song. That is Joe Hudson. Joe Hudson made that song. It's a custom song, one of one. It's not available anywhere except here on the show. Taekwon Gong says, when networking, what is it we are supposed to offer? Taekwon Gong, you can offer all sorts of stuff. Here's the thing. A lot of people get kind of wrapped around the axle that they're like junior and they don't have something that they can do. I'll give you a perfect example, okay? Way back in the day, early Simply Cyber, there was a guy named Peter McKinnon, and he wanted to get in. He worked at a brewery, and he wanted to get into cyber, and he thought, hey, one of the things I should do is learn Python. So he obviously he could learn Python on his own, but he was like, hey, Jerry, can I create a channel in the Discord server called like Python Beginners or something, or Learn to Code? And he posted a challenge every single day, simple Python challenge, and he would solve it himself. But then he said, hey, anyone who wants to learn Python, like, here's how I'm doing it, and I'll provide a challenge every day, kind of like the Wordle. Why don't you do it? And then like 25 people started doing it, and then they started like a little community around, hey, here's the daily challenge. Did you get it? Oh, hey, Bilbo, I saw you went to San Francisco. Like, how was your trip? Oh, like, hey, the challenge today was tough. Like, hey, how's your brother-in-law doing? Just shit like that. Sorry, stuff like that. So, oh, wait, hold on. This mixing board had the sounder. So anyways, that's the kind of thing, Taekwondo Gong, that's like an example of something simple you can offer, right? Like if you're learning something or you're doing something, make others aware of it and gauge their interest, right? Also, I mean, sometimes this is a bit more specific, but like I remember John Strand from Black Hills saying, this was like a year ago, like, oh man, like, one of their tools, like they have open source tools, like one of their tools needed to be updated, not like a major update, but just like something had broke or it needed something, right? And it wasn't a big lift. And he was like, I wish it got updated. Perfect example. If you're just listening, you could pull that GitHub, do a PR, a pull request, and make the edits and fix it. And then all of a sudden, you've just delivered value to John Strand, right? So those are some examples. Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, with that too, I'd say it's like it's more relationship building. I mean, think about it that way. Don't think of it as networking. You're going to an event, you're going somewhere, you want to build a relationship with that person so they get to know you. And what I was meaning by a lot of people look at networking as like, hey, I want to get a job, so I'm going to go meet Jerry because Jerry can help me get a job. If you look at it that way, you're going to have 500 resumes sent out, 400 cons attended, and thousands of people that you've quote unquote networked with, but you're not going to resonate with any of them. If you approach it from the situation, from the point of view of, hey, what can I do for Jerry? Like, I'll give you an example. I went to one of the first cons where I met Jerry. I was a paid attendee, and he showed up, and I was like, hey, man, do you need some help? No, I got it. I got a couple people here that I paid. I just came down for the live stream and helped them set up, injected myself, and just brought coffee. Something as simple as that, like just helping people out.
And to that point, like I knew I was coming to San Francisco for this RSA thing. I literally messaged Bilbo and said, dude, I know you live in that area. I could use some help. Like, can you come support and be part of this project? And he's like, yeah, let's do it. And now dude's sitting next to me and we're doing this. We got big plans for today and tomorrow. Yeah,
so just, look at it from what can I put into this? And I promise you, whatever investment you make, you'll get 10x return over time. It's like planting a seed. It's going to take time. You're going to have to water it. You're going to have to fertilize it. You're going to have to tend to it and care for it. But eventually, it will pay off. You will get fruit from that, and you will, even if it's just Jerry saying, hey, Josh Mason, my buddy Bilbo here's, looking for a new gig. He can help you out there. And Josh is like, hey, I got a thing going on over here. Shout out to Josh Mason.
All right, let's do some speed round. Ready?
Yep.
30 seconds or less. 30 seconds or less. Ready? Are there any roles relative to get into?
All cybersecurity roles are easy to get into, provided you put the effort into it. You can't just lamb-based resumes out there and post on everything on Indeed like everyone else is. You got to find a way to set yourself outside and look different.
All right, we'll go back and forth. Thing you both look most for? Oh, this is perfect. Thing you both look forward to at conferences and things you dislike the most. I dislike staying in a hotel room in a different city. Like I like my bed. I like sleeping next to my wife. And other than that, it's not my jam. Okay. Plus, like in some cities, like Las Vegas, I can't make coffee in my room. It's a uber pain in the A. I mean, I make it work, but like I need good coffee and I don't need to walk 15 minutes for it. Things I do look forward to, meeting up with people from the community in person.
Things I look forward to, building on those networking relationships that I've started, and things that I dislike, traveling to the conference and traveling home.
All right. How can I improve my LinkedIn?
It's been a minute. Jerry should do some LinkedIn reviews here in the next couple of weeks. We used to do those in the early days of the show, and it might be time to bring those back. But clean it up. Make sure that you make the most value of your description. Don't just, put a summary of your objective. Put 6 or 7 key action words as to what it is you do. leading cybersecurity training, whatever it is you want to do. And then maximize the space of the banner. Don't just put an image up there with your picture. Put as much in it as you can that tells people who you are.
I just started a poll to see if you guys want a LinkedIn roast live stream. Okay, so yeah, I know. Gabriel says, would you prioritize conducting risk assessments over creating policies for a SME with a low budget? Yeah, 100%. You got to remember, like, policies are great, but like they're just documentation. Which I'm not downplaying, but like they don't have the value, especially for a small business, because people just know what they do there. The risk assessment should go more definitely first. And you got to identify those like high risk areas that are kind of low hanging fruit. Multi-factor authentication, default credentials on devices, especially internet facing ones, awareness training, especially in a small business. If you can get like awareness training going and get the leadership to buy in and have them communicate down, because it's easy for in a small business. Most small businesses, the owner of the business is working in the business as well. So they are fully aware, invested on the problem. And like you can get much more traction with leadership in a smaller business. So yes, 100%. What roles in cyber have the best work-life balance? All right. I would say GRC's got the best work-life balance.
I'm going to take it to solutions engineer. You're working 8 to 5 Monday through Friday, and you're providing solutions that make sense to companies. So that's my thing.
There you go. Another one to give a sniff to would be sales, cybersecurity sales, because you're making lots of money. You typically have like the company credit card to get people greased, and which, depending on what you're into, that is definitely high on the life side of the balance. So there you go. A couple of answers. Tell me what it is. Like asking for a friend, right? Felony class 2. Can you still get a job in cyber? You can get a job in cyber, but you will have a very tough road to get there. It is fair or not fair. You will have some additional challenges. It's imperative that you network. Like, you're going to get a job in cyber through a side door. You need someone inside the organization to speak for you and carry your resume through the workflow. So the answer is yes. But, honestly, gosh, this isn't necessarily like a good fit for everybody, but I would say if I were to commit a felony right now, and then I would start my own business, because when you do business to business, the business that you're doing business with doesn't ask you to fill out a job app and answer that question whether or not you have a felony, right? They just do business with you. So that's a workaround on that one too. When are you dropping the CIS V8 Rosetta Stone? I haven't developed that yet. I mean, I certainly could. I don't know, Gabriel. I don't have the answer to that. I will be dropping my slide deck on Wednesday afternoon for my talk. When's the next time you're in Peoria, Illinois? I don't know. That gig I was doing annually in May, they didn't reach out to me this year, and I didn't reach out to them. Like, great people. I love them. It just, I was busy, and I guess they were busy. I want to create a resume for a help desk position at a fertility clinic. Anything I should focus on? Okay. Well, help desk, I mean, if you want to get some experience, I wouldn't worry so much about HIPAA. Help desk, I would... Yeah, customer service, like the content, I wouldn't get A+ certification, but the content in A+ could be valuable. If you have any customer service experience, like working in retail or hospitality, food and bev, that certainly would help you stand out. There are some great, I would learn, it depends on the size of the organization, but you might have access to Active Directory, like ADUC, and be able to like reset passwords and stuff. Like, understanding kind of how Active Directory works would certainly not be a bad thing. You want to comment on this one?
Yeah, I think it goes back to, any job, whether it's the help desk or not. Do some research on the company, put some OSINT skills to work, look at what the company's looking for, look at what's important to them. Use some tools, maybe even to crawl their website, scrape some data from it, understand their values, what they're doing, if you want to automate that process, and then build a resume custom to that. Check out Jason Blanchard's video he did last week or the week before. He goes into detail on how to use ChatGPT for each individual posting and how to customize your resume, your adjective, all that. Sweet.
Yeah. Well, then, I mean,
You're on the right track.
yeah, you're on the right track. And definitely do that portfolio site thing. Roswell UK, our community member of the week, has an interview tomorrow for risk analyst. Just want to get his head tuned in. Dude, what I would say is find a recent story, right? Like I say this all the time, but like I know you're here all the time for the Daily Cyber Threat Brief, Roswell UK. Find a story recently that maybe even was a story that had to do something with like the in the industry for the job you're going to interview for or the region or whatever. And think through like kind of the entire attack vector and different places where you could introduce controls. Just the reason that you want to get up to date on like a current event is because if you can somehow shoehorn it into the conversation nicely, then they don't have to ask you how do you stay current. You're showing them that you stay current, which is super, super valuable. Personally, Roswell UK, I might give a sniff, a refresher on NIST cybersecurity framework, just around kind of the overarching flow. Maybe even look at how I have a video on my channel, Roswell UK, on the changes made to NIST 2.0 or NIST CSF 2.0. It's like a 10-minute video. That would be super valuable to review and watch because you can talk about what you steal the things that I say in that video. The hot takes of like what NIST CSF 2.0 brings, why it's awesome, and it's all about risk, right? So if you're talking about a risk analyst job, you'll be able to speak to those things. Would a letter of recommendation be good on a resume from non-technical people? I don't know. Like honestly, I've never really paid much mind to letters of recommendation. It's almost like college degrees, right? Like unless your degree is from MIT or UCal Berkeley or some of these like high-end uber prestigious ones, or your bachelor's degrees in like electrical engineering, I kind of throw them all in the same bucket, right? So if it's like computer science degree from UMass Amherst versus an MIS degree from University of Connecticut, like those are the same thing. They're way different, right? But when you're looking at it from, candidate A, candidate B, you're not like, this is a key differentiator. With recommendations, right? If it comes from like a U.S. senator, okay, like, wow, that's interesting. But if it's coming, if it's just a regular recommendation, like it's good and it doesn't hurt to include, right? It definitely doesn't hurt. But I don't know if it moves the needle. You have thoughts on this?
If it's required when you're putting it in, if they want one, put it. But I've never asked someone who didn't like me, who thought I did a bad job, to write me a letter of recommendation. So when I'm a hiring manager, I kind of look at it the same way. Like I already know that person's going to say good things about the person they're recommending, or they wouldn't have written that recommendation.
Yeah, no one's like disclosing a recommendation that says this person sucked. Yeah. Really quickly, TG Artist is trying to set up a local community in the New Jersey, PA area. TG Artist, I want to make you aware that we actually have the ambassador program set up. Chris Whitlock is the right person to connect with on that. I don't see a PA one, but I do know that Haircut Fish is in the Pennsylvania area at a minimum. So we actually have the infrastructure in place, TG Artist. So if you would like, connect with @Chris Whitlock in Discord, and we can kind of help you get sorted out. We're 3 minutes away from Simply Defensive, 2 minutes away from Simply Defensive. Just a reminder, everybody, this guy right here, Wade Wells, Josh Mason, this program, very, very good stuff. They're in their third season, if you can believe it, and they continue to crush it. What's up? Oh, yeah. Let's keep going here. Oh, yeah, sure.
Hey, Mental Edge, I see you out there worried about the age. Gray beard and 25 years in the industry. Don't sweat the age. You're a protected class. Use it to your advantage.
There you go. The real olds, like Bilbo and I are both graybeards, although his graybeard is much stronger than my graybeard. All right. Let's keep going here. There we go. Chris Rock is chiming in. Research is a great. Pick a topic of interest. Pick your own hours. That's right. There you go. Security researcher, right? I think that's in response to the felony 2 question earlier. I will tell you, Chris is right. I mean, if you like publish some sick research, people are like, wait a minute. This research is good, but are you a felon? Like, no one's asking that question. People are just like lining up. All right. Continuing to scroll through chat. Let's see. Yep, 1 minute. Let's go here. Can a mod post a link to the YouTube video on the changes to the NIST CSF 2.0? Mods, can you guys do that? I can certainly do it. It's just hard to do with one hand and streaming. Roswell, so Legrad, yeah, they might use ISO. It just, I don't know. Personally, I don't think ISO's great from like an information security program structure perspective. I feel like ISO is just like FSMA. It's like a bunch of controls. Let's go. All right, looks like we're caught up, guys. Okay. Okay, so Chris Young wants topics for current research. I mean, I guess I would just say, like, you know, cloud's super hot. Kubernetes is super hot. AI is like blistering hot. So there you go. There's a couple options. Guys, we are going to go over to Simply Defensive. I'm going to drop a link in chat so we can raid it together. Raid. Hold on one second. Wait. Bilbo, you want to say goodbye and whatever?
Yeah, I just want to say thanks to Jerry for letting me join him on the stream today and giving me this opportunity. Again, networking, guys. This is how this paid off for me. This wasn't some resume that I posted that said, hey, I could come and help you out at a conference. It started with a coffee, essentially. And I want to remind you of that. Relationships are the key to developing your career, to elevating your career to the next level. So go out there, network, meet someone, do a good turn, and make a great day out of it.
Awesome. All right, that's going to do it, guys. Episode 865, Simply Cyber, live from RSA. We'll be back tomorrow, but right now we're going to go over to Simply Defensive and raid it, guys. Be great. Until next time, stay secure.